All right. Hi, guys. Welcome to June. It is June. I can't believe it's June. There would be so many fun things we would be doing at school in June. Testing would be over and we would be doing some really fun stuff. Field days in June, and we'd be doing maybe some plays and cleaning out our classroom. And I'm just super sad that we are not doing these things together. But anyway, your week this week is focused on, in ELA, you're going to be working on some compound words and word families. We're going to watch my videos if you need help. Math, we are doing more with decimals, the tenths and the hundredths place in decimals. You are going to learn how to compare decimals, which should be not too bad. There's just one little tricky part sometimes. But I'll let you discover that. If you have questions about that, please come into my office hours from 2 to 3 in the afternoons. In Washington State, learning this week for social studies, you are working on the regions of Washington. There are 5 regions of Washington. We have the coastal area, which actually I'm going to go on this side. So if this was Washington State, the coastal area is the part that obviously touches, actually I'm going to go this way, I think is going to be better for you, which yeah. So the coastal area is the part that touches the Pacific Ocean. And I would say, yeah, like all the way over there, not really the Puget Sound, just the Pacific Ocean. And then we have the Puget Sound, which our Kitsap Peninsula is in this, but it's not obviously on my hand. That would look weird. And so we are a part of the Puget Sound lowlands, which is the most populated part of our state. Next, we have the Cascade Mountain Range, which is like right here on Washington, which is not very populated because of the altitudes, and there's a lot of national and state forest lands. And then we move to the eastern side of Washington, where up high here we have the Okanagan Highlands, and then down low here we have the Columbia Plateau. And so you watch, there's little like 3 to 4 minute videos on each of those. It was really hard to find those regions videos, especially the ones in the Puget Sound. All they wanted is like newscasts of Seattle, but Seattle's a huge part of the Puget Sound lowlands, but I wanted you to see the whole thing. So they're my best grab at videos about each region. Pay special attention to the Eastern Washington regions because we do not see Eastern Washington while we live over here very much. Some of you may travel to the east, but it has a whole different type of land. We have a lot of green and a lot of trees and a lot of mountains, and they have a lot of flat plateaus and dark and brown. There's a lot of farming that goes on over there, which adds some green to it, but yeah, is a totally different type of weather and a totally different type of land. So you are going to be writing some nouns and adjectives that describe those regions, as well as there's a really cool 5-minute map tutorial that you can, you might have to pause it a few times because you're gonna like open up, get out a clean piece of paper and do the tutorial as the guy describes how to do it, including making the regions and the mountains and some important cities that are part, that are good to know. Like, do you know where the Tri-Cities are and what are the Tri-Cities? Where is Spokane? These are some important cities in Washington that people refer to when they're talking about Washington, and it's a good thing to just know where those cities are. So if people say, oh, it's over by Tri-Cities, then you kind of can picture on the map of Washington where Tri-Cities is, or where the Columbia River actually goes in our state, because it actually comes down and goes across the bottom, but it's not just all the way across the bottom of our state. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy watching those videos. Next week, we're going to look at the national parks in our state, and there's going to be an opportunity for you to get your own national parks pass, because in 4th grade, you get in free to the national parks, and they're opening up. So hopefully you can make a plan this summer. There's going to be a lot of road tripping and RVing time this summer. It said on the news this morning, so maybe you could make a plan for visiting one of those national parks and getting your family in for free. I will talk more about that next week. So, and then finally in science, you're working on earthquakes, and we don't have a ton of earthquakes in Washington. We are on a fault line, but it's not as active as, like, say, San Francisco. I remember when I was in an earthquake, when I was in my year of student teaching. It was actually pretty much 20 years ago, like in March or April somewhere. So this spring, it was 20 years ago that I was involved in the earthquake that was here, the Nisqually earthquake, I think it was called, where it like the ground rolled underneath us, and I was giving a spelling test in my student teaching classroom, and the teacher that was teaching with me came out of her office and was like, earthquake, and we all got underneath the tables, even the teachers, and like we're holding on. Nothing fell, and it wasn't a really scary experience, but it was definitely unreal to feel the cement under my feet, like a wave. I mean, not a huge wave obviously, but just like rolling, which is so weird when it's cement. Anyway, so maybe you can tell me about your earthquake experience, if you've ever been in an earthquake, or had like felt your house shake because of an earthquake. Anyway, all right, have a good time this week, and I will see you on Thursday for our class Zoom time. I'm working on finding some cool videos to show during that time. You guys said you wanted to see videos, so I hope to see you, and hopefully you get our invitation. Take a look at the invitation for the virtual 4th grade camp out, because it'll be a fun time for those of you that can't Zoom in the afternoons or the mornings, that you can come join us in the evening, as well as see all the other 4th graders, because it's going to be all 3 of our 4th grade classes. So I hope to see you there. That will be really fun. Your families can join in. I'm really excited about it, and we've been planning it for a while. So I'll see you later. Have a good week.